Hey everybody, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. I got a really good video for you guys. A lot of people already know it, but just in case people who don't know it, I'm going to show you how to get a score of 7,250,000 so you can get all the rewards using medals that are tier 2s only. Not only, obviously we have to use our buffer, which is a tier 3, 4, 5, and then we have the main damage dealer, which is Zaldin B for this video. I know you guys are going to be like, oh my god, Zaldin B, not free to play, yada yada yada. But you know what, guys, a lot of people did get it, and I'm trying to help as many people as possible. Don't worry, later on I'm going to show you more run-throughs with other medals. I'm going to do Zigbar, Zaldin B, Hercules and Phil, Maleficent B, if I can get proper setups for them. Everything is possible, guys, just have to have the right medals. And I know that sounds terrible, but I don't mean like you don't have to have Zaldin B. You guys can do whatever you want. Just make sure you go into your inventory and look for your strongest Guilted medal that has the highest multiplier, and then focus a Keyblade on that, and that's how you're gonna get yourself the highest score possible. And then I'll help you out with some tricks and tips here and there. But right here, guys, I was fooling around today. We were going for a car ride. My wife was driving, so I was just playing the game, right? And I decided, you know what, let me just try all 10% medals, or 3 of them to be exact, and I got a score of 7,250,000. I'm gonna show you guys how. So you have many options with this. Your first most important thing, guys, is second chance, a defense boost 3, or lots and lots of paralysis. So you guys want paralysis on all these medals. You want to max them out if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just have all 3 of these guys have paralysis. I have a little bit of both. I have sleep, I have poison, because this was already on these and I can't change that. So if you do have 3 paralysis later around and you have tier 2s that are 10% bonus, throw paralysis on each one, because that's going to help the RNG in this. So either you guys have second chance, defense boost 3, or a lot of paralysis. And you guys don't need this Kyrie here, but you can use something like the uniform Kyrie, uniform selfie, Ansem the Wise, stuff like that, just to buff your Zaldin B. That's where you're going to get all the damage. So you don't need this one specifically, but you got to make sure you survive multiple turns. I'm using, actually let me just go into the medal list so you guys see what I'm talking about. So you can use, you go right here, you go to your general attack, which has 1 single sword, and you look through your general attackers. I was using uniform Kari for this, but it was a lot of RNG for paralysis to land because I only have 1 paralysis on my Keyblade setup. But if you guys have 3 paralysis, the helicopter fleet's not going to be a big deal. It's going to get paralyzed and most likely it won't attack you. It is very RNG, guys, but if you have second chance and paralysis, the RNG gets better and better. But you guys can get away with using these 3 medals right here just to buff your Zaldin B. That's all you guys need, and it's actually better this way because your friend medal won't do damage, and if you have APP on one of these guys, you do AoE and you get a lot of SP back. That's another issue in this is SP. So what you can do is 2 medals with paralysis and 1 medal with APP. So let me just go into this and show you what I did. I'm going to show you, if you don't have APPs on the Keyblade, I'm going to show you how to conserve your SP and how to get it back. So you'll obviously need a 21% friend medal, and hopefully they have at least an attack prize plus on there, or attack boost 4 and APP. That's going to help out tremendously if you don't have your own APP. So that's why I'm saying mix and match your skills. If you need 1 medal with APP and the other 2 with paralysis, and that's good enough, guys. And then if you can, second chance on there. If not, what I just showed you, a ×3 buffer for 2 attacks with the APP on it. So let's go in and let's pilot this, and let me show you that 7,250,000 is very, very possible. So we're not going to try to squeeze a score out of these guys because that's going to require too much SP, and we're not using uniform Kyrie. We're not using anything special, guys. We're just going to go in with, well, Zaldin B is kind of special and so is Kyrie, but you guys know what I mean. Compared to what everyone else is talking about, and everyone's trying to make these crazy strategies, I'm just going to try to keep it simple and at least doable, but you have to rely again on RNG. It's all about that RNG in this game if you don't have really strong medals. You don't have to use Zaldin B, but Zaldin B is the best example to get 7.25. If you don't use Zaldin B, you're not going to hit that score, but you're still going to hit pretty high. So let's just get into this. You guys can see poison stacks, paralysis can hit, a lot of stuff can happen, but your main thing in this high score challenge, if you want this to work, guys, make sure that every high level enemy gets a ×3 buff and Zaldin B. The lower guys, not that important, but you want to make sure all the guys that have higher HP actually get hit. Now you saw there my friend metal APP went off, so now I have an extra SP. So that's why APP is really important. But for these guys right here, since Zaldin B does one hit, you can just tap and then finish off with Kyrie and Zaldin B. So you're good. You're good for that. That's all you need, guys. And this is what you're going to do for the whole thing. Now we're at 7 SP. This is an issue. What you guys want to do is come down here, grab this 6 SP chest. There's probably a better way of doing this, but this is what I did, and I'm just going to rerun it instead of trying to figure it out. You guys can rerun this as much as you want and figure out your SP, trying to save it as good as possible. So since these two are sleeping, we're going to let them sleep, and we're going to attack the first guy. So what you guys want to do here, you can raise your defense, and you can raise your health if you have some traits on your tier 2s, which is really good. If you can do that, if your tier 2s, also another trick, if you're on SP, low on SP, what you guys do is, if you have extra traits on these tier 2s, try to get max gauge +2 or 800 HP. Either one's gonna help you really good in this. For SP wise, max gauge +2. For health wise, you're looking at 800 HP. But, so here's where the friend metal or metal with APP comes in hand, with these roses. So what you guys want to do is try to restore as much SP as you can here. Now I'm going to lower my head here just so you guys can see my health. This is how I'm going to do this. I can survive 3 hits from 1 plant, but if we don't heal ourselves, if you guys don't have an illustrated carry, you got to be a little bit more careful. So that one guy's going to stay asleep, and we're going to try another turn here with an APP trying to go off. So APP went off, now we're at 8. He hits us, we're still not going to die. So we're going to do that one more time, because the next attack will take us out. So hopefully APP triggers. It doesn't trigger, but if it did, you guys get my points. We get more and more SP over and over and over. Now this is where it's going to be an issue, and now we have to fight back. So we're going to use Kyrie here. Kyrie does heal. If you guys don't have Kyrie, then you should have took him out last turn and not take that chance. Now we're going to use Zaldin B, and now we got to try to get back 3 SP off this guy. If you guys want to play it really safe, just go go grab the 1 SP chest that's in the top, the 1.5 one, and you should be okay. But now we really need APPs to go off. We want at least 4 SP here, so that if paralysis lands, even better. That way you don't have to worry too much. But APPs went off, as you guys saw. I have one more turn to get back 2 SP, because I want to use Kyrie and Zaldin B on this guy here. If you don't use... Okay, we got attack prize plug. We're good. If you don't use Zaldin B and Kyrie or your ×3 buffer on the highest levels of enemies, level 200 and up, you're not going to hit that 7.25. So now that we did it, we got really, really lucky. We can get the full buff rotation here and Zaldin B. So now we know we got the most score possible off the 3 of these guys up here, these 3 groups. Because we want to get this one as well, this level 200 here. Down here, not so much. If you can, if you're really lucky with your APPs and your SP's not that bad, then try to get these 2 high wizards here with at least just Zaldin B. Doesn't have to be a ×3 buffer, but try to get that Zaldin B in there, and that's how you're going to get that SP. But we're going to go down here, and we're going to swipe these guys. Not so much swipe. I do want them to survive, but make sure you don't kill them without Zaldin B. Zaldin B has to do all the killing. Swiping is the worst idea you guys can do here, but the thing is that as much as you don't want to swipe, because that's going to give you a lower score, it's not as bad as the other ones. We might need it, but at the same time, if we swipe them all in one turn, we're going to get a lot of SP back than trying to get APP off the friend metal, because they don't have a lot of health, so they're not going to give us back a lot from APP. So we're going to swipe here. It's bad. We lose score, but we do need that SP because I'm running kind of low. If you're okay on SP, then just tap them with Zaldin B. Make sure Zaldin B gets a tap. You don't have to activate a special. Just make sure he taps, and you'll get a better score. That's if you're having issues with SP, but with this build, we are having issues with SP. So we got 2 groups here, or sorry, 3 groups. The group that's the most important one when you're low on SP is this guy right here, the fire plant. So you want to do as minimum damage as possible and survive as many turns as possible. The reason why is for this SP right here. We got more SP, so we can survive multiple turns, and then Kyrie can eventually heal at the last second. So I can believe we can do this 3 times before he takes us near death, or Zaldin B takes him near death. But either way, you want to get that SP back. Okay, so this is our last turn. Now we actually have to use our buffs, which is totally fine. We did get at least 1 APP to proc off, and that gives us enough to kind of fool around with the other guys. Again, 1 turning is good because you get SP back if you're lucky. Multiple turns with APP on those higher HP enemies will get you more SP than 1 turning. So we're at 3. we need to make sure that we enter the next room with 1 SP because there's a 6 SP chest in there. So we need 7 SP to pull off our combo of 4 for Zaldin and 3 for Kyrie. So we need to walk away here with 1 SP. So we got 2 enemies in this one and 1 enemy in this one. This guy's gonna die immediately. He's gonna give us the lowest score possible. So what we can do here is 1-turn him with just tapping. If you're better on SP, it's better to use Zaldin B on him. But remember, the higher level enemies you want to use Zaldin B on. You can't skip out on that or you'll lose score. So I actually had a better run than this before. This is not going so hot, but it's all I can do right now. So now that we're at 5, we know we can activate Zaldin B at least once. And it's ideal, the more SP you have, the better you can use Kyrie and Zaldin B or Zaldin B on all the enemies. But you got to do what you got to do and just keep retrying. So what we're going to do here is Zaldin B is going to tap this guy. It's going to kill him, or, ooh, it keeps him alive. That's good. So what I'm going to do here now is swipe, and hopefully APP goes off on both of them. APP goes on both of them. We're looking at good, guys. We're looking actually really good right now. I'm going to see if I can keep that guy alive, because if I can get an SP off him, we're good. I believe this tap's going to kill him, but it's worth a shot. Oh, I hit the wrong guy. That's okay. Another turn of APP would also work out too, but it's alright. That still works out. I was hoping that would happen. I can swipe and swipe all the way again, and either way it would have gave me SP, but here we go. We got 8. Oh, I was supposed to activate one of Zaldin B. Okay, whatever. I screwed up there. I was supposed to activate Zaldin B on at least one of them. That was my bad. We're supposed to come in here with at least 1 SP, but you guys are going to see, if I activated Zaldin B on that guy, it would have been fine. So here's where paralysis kicks in. If you guys need 20,000 damage, poison's good, but if you want to survive this, 2 paralysis, 3 is ideal. But if you're with SP, then APPs are also needed. It all depends what you got. But for this fight, I'm going to use my Nova because I don't want to take the chance of second chance or paralysis landing. I just want to show you guys a full clear. Nova doesn't matter once your main metal does damage. Hopefully attack boost goes off on this. So it's perfect. There we go. This is just a cleanup because this is just enough damage. For you guys though, right there, if I actually use Zaldin B on 2 more enemies, I would have been at the score already, as you guys can see. Most of you guys are not going to believe me on this, but trust me, I hit 7.25 with this setup. And I believe other people have as well. 41% is more than enough. So what we're going to do here is just buff and get a little bit more score out of here. I actually don't know if buffing matters on the eggs, but I do it anyways if I have the SP. But there you go. We're missing, let's say that's 41, no, sorry. That's 16,000. We're missing 16,000, or is it 20? It's 250. So we're missing 41,000. If you guys actually activate your Zaldin B on all the enemies, except for those beginning enemies and the guys in the first room right in the start, you can use those just for SP restoration, but everybody else has to be hit by Zaldin B. My APPs were going off better before, and I got 7.25 with this setup. So hopefully you guys can do something. If anything, if your friend medals a key art 6 or 7, then you can lower their defense with the key art 7, and if you survive a second turn, you'll do more damage with Zaldin B on the helicopter fleet and get more damage. So here, this one lowers defense, and this one does the same thing, I believe. Or sorry, raises power base strength by 3 tiers for 1 turn. So it is the other one you want to use. So if you're trying to 2-turn that helicopter fleet and you want to get a little bit more damage, it's not that big of a damage because general defense down doesn't give you a better score, but it does help you 2-turn that guy a lot easier. So all you gotta do is activate your Zaldin B on all the enemies. Now let me go show you what I mean. I'm gonna skip all these guys right here and go straight to the portal. And I'm gonna show you what happens when you don't activate and when you do activate. So here's a group that I screwed up on. Or not this guy, this is not the guy, but I do need SP, so I'm gonna get some SP back. But I'm gonna show you the group where I screwed up on. I was supposed to activate Zaldin B at least on both of them, and it would have been fine. So right here, I'm gonna activate Zaldin B on both of them, and you guys are gonna see the difference. So Zaldin B on the first guy, let the second guy survive. And then I'm gonna use Zaldin B again, get the score, I'm gonna leave, come back in, and not use Zaldin B. I'm just gonna tap, and you guys are gonna see the difference in power. Or not in power, in your actual score. And if I use Kyrie, I'll have even better score. So that's why it's good to have a friend medal with APP and 1 medal yourself with APP. So we're at 666,395. So 666,395. It's so weird having my camera down there, but it works out a lot better for my HP and my gauges or my skills, so you guys can actually see everything. So let's go back in there and tap them, and you're gonna see the big difference in the score. All right. Let me get some SP just from the chest instead of battling that first guy. This is a lot faster here. So we're just gonna tap the first guy. Hopefully, I think Zombie doesn't take them out in one shot, but we got the one guy down to a little bit of HP. Now the other guy moves out of the way. There we go. Okay, we got rid of the first guy, and now we're gonna tap with this guy. So Zaldin B, tap both of them, and the score was 666,000. So we didn't activate Zaldin B, and look at that score difference, guys. Do you see that score difference? Right there. Right there is where all our missing score was. If we used Zaldin B on those guys, we would have been fine. So 417,000 instead of 666,000. So the more Zaldin B activates on everybody, the more score you guys will get. There's a little bit more to that. I believe if you attack this enemy first before this enemy, you get a better score. There's some rumors about that. The more I learn, the more I'll tell you guys. But this is how you guys get every reward without doing any pulls. Well, hopefully you already have some tier 2s laying around that are 10% ones. If not, the best banner to pull from, guys, for this, if you're gonna pull, is pull from this one right here. Not only are you gonna get a bunch of tier 2s that are most likely Mulan, so you just put 3 Mulans on your Keyblade setup because she's in every single pull I've done. I have 2 Guilted versions of Mulan on my accounts. But this is how it's gonna go, guys. This is the best way to get all of them. I wish I screenshot it. I was just told, like, oh my god, I figured out a way for everyone to do it. So I was really happy. I know it requires Zaldin B. A lot of people ask, should I use Zaldin B? Should I use Mickey Brooms on it? He has been very successful for many high score challenges. So if you're just one away, then I would say go for it. But okay, I'm not saying go for it, guys. The only reason I'm not saying go for it is because all you need is to make at least top 5,000, and with a score of 7.25, I'm pretty sure you can. Even a score over 7 million, I'm pretty sure you can be in top 5,000. That's going to change, or it's probably wrong already, I don't know. But 7,760,000 with my setup, it's not my best run yet. I'm going to get 8 million, no problem, over 8 million, but I'm in 1,600 and something right here. 1,611. Let me just move my head up now that I'm looking at it. So what you guys really want to consider here, though, if you're trying to get top 1,000, there's no need. You guys just grab yourself 2 copies here. This is the thing about these high score challenges right now. They're not worth the top 1,000 unless the medal's really good Guilted, and you don't need this medal Guilted. The only thing you're gonna lose out on is an extra roll at Aladdin at Abu. So at rewards, if we make top 1,000, we get 2 copies of Aladdin Abu instead of 1 copy every other place. So we get that extra roll on Aladdin Abu. That's the only good thing about making top 1,000 besides guilting these medals, but you don't need to guilt these medals because they're not going to be needed guilted. You want their utility, you want their buff, and you want extra attack. So the more copies you have, the better. And the reason I'm saying don't buy the VIP, don't do any pulls, is because all you got to do is make top 5,000 and make a score of 7,250,000, and you get yourself an extra copy. Because I'm pretty sure if you're above 7 million, you'll be in the top 5,000, and you'll get yourself an Aladdin and Genie. So if you have an Aladdin Genie here and you made 7.25, you got your 3 copies, which means 2 chances at a trait roll. So that's all you need to do for this high score challenge. Since it's not a huge nuke medal or a huge damage medal, guys, it's a buff medal. So keep it as a buff medal. Don't try to go crazy to guilt it. Just try to get that extra copy. That's it. Top 1,000s and top 2,000s, or not even top 2,000, sorry, just top 1,000 getting an extra roll at Aladdin Abu, and obviously guilt them. But that's not important, guys. Realize that you just want 3 copies of Aladdin and Genie. That's all you guys want to do, and get that 7.25. And hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully, let me know if you can do it. It does require Zaldin B. If you do Hercules and Phil or any other medal, you're probably gonna only hit like 6.9 or 7 million. You're not gonna hit that extra 250,000. You might, I could be totally wrong, but I'll do a playthrough with it and I'll try to figure it out. But this is how I did this one, and I'm gonna try my free-to-play account because my Hercules and Phil actually has attack boost 3 max. So I'll use 3 10% medals on that one and do the same setup and go with Hercules and Phil, and I'll let you guys know if it's possible. If it's not, at least you can get a score of 7 million with a setup like that. You just gotta make sure that your buffer has second chance, or your 3 10% medals have paralysis to survive that helicopter fleet or the big enemy. So anyways, guys, that's my little strategy to get all the rewards in the high score challenge. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.